Alright, welcome to my kitchen, and this is how I usually make my morning shakes in the morning. Now I usually make them at night so that my morning is super easy. I never have to, rush in the morning and get something together. I always do it the night before so that in the morning I can just blend my shake together and go out the door. I put a cap on it and drink it on the go, which is all we want in the morning, right? In the morning, who wants to rush and get food ready? Who wants to prep food and cook? And no one. I used to do it, but it takes up about 15 minutes of your time, 10 minutes of your time, so this is just so much easier. So what I usually do is I use a NutriBullet, so I usually just make my shake right in one of these small cups. They usually have a small cup or a big cup. I like the small guy because it helps me with my portions. So I take this, and there's actually a fill line on these, which helps. I usually go a little bit above it, but I'll fill it up first with water to about there. Now I usually sometimes only do water to, keep it a little bit healthier. However, if I don't do water, I use organic unsweetened almond milk. Regular sweetened almond milk, regular almond milk has about 16 grams of sugar, which I used to use, and it's super thickening, and you don't really need that in your morning shake. You don't really need it to be super, super thick because everything else that you put in it will make it that thicker consistency. So for the morning, you just want to keep it like a lighter texture, and actually unsweetened almond milk is super healthy for you. It has a lot of vitamins, has a lot of potassium, has not too many carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and a little bit of protein. So who doesn't want that in the morning, right? So I'm going to add a little bit of this. I'm actually blending together water and a little bit of organic unsweetened almond milk. And you can use regular unsweetened almond milk, but so I'll do it to there. So it's a good little mixture of both water and this. Now I used to use regular milk, skim milk, whole milk. I actually also use this in my coffee every day. I bring it to work with me because work doesn't really have many options. I just find that the less dairy I use every day really helps, with my skin, and this just has a lot more vitamins in it and a lot, all organic ingredients. So I try to stay with that. So my next ingredient that I usually do is, instead of ice, I will do frozen fruit. So I usually have a couple different options, but I'm usually in the mood for recently some frozen mangoes. So you can get these, they're already frozen, or you can freeze your own. They're already sliced up frozen mangoes. So this is super convenient. So I'll just take a handful. And what this is, it's good because it actually acts as both, a fruit and ice. So it gives it that thicker consistency like I was talking about before. So just a handful of, mango, and I'll drop it in. So you can see it's already filling up. Sometimes I even actually do the fruit first so that the water doesn't overflow. But that's pretty good. You also don't want to overdo it on the fruit because actually in my shake there actually is a lot of fruit, and there's also a lot of carbs and sugar in fruit, so you don't want to overdo it on your fruit intake every day. So I usually do that. Another good option to have, is always keep frozen berries in your freezer. I have this, berries, so if I one day want to switch it up, or banana is always good if you keep that cold. You can even keep bananas in the freezer and then break it up and throw it in there. That'd be really tasty. I also try to do pineapple. Just always switch it up because, yes, I keep the same basic fundamental ingredients, but when I can switch it up a little bit here and there to give myself variety, who doesn't like that, right? Okay, so now for the protein powder. I use Shakeology in the morning only because it really has all of your essential amino acids. It has probiotics in it. It has 70 superfoods, literally 70 superfoods. And it is just extremely a great way to jumpstart your metabolism and your energy for the day. It has healthy green tea extract in it. It has, cinnamon in it. It has mega root, all the yacon root, all these superfoods that you probably have never even heard of. It has blueberries in it, so it has quinoa in it, so it already has a lot of ingredients that you actually don't need to add in for the rest of the day. It has a ton of vitamins. It has biotin in it, so I used to take biotin supplements, but this kind of replaced that. I used to have to take an iron supplement. This replaced that because it has, again, so many vitamins. So I take about a full one scoop, and I just drop it in there. Now this flavor I use is vanilla. I'm currently on vanilla, but it's cool because they have chocolate, you know, any green berry. They have a iced tea flavor, vanilla strawberry, and they also have vegan options. So I know a lot of people struggle with, you know, oh, I need to go out of my way to a store before work or for my meal to get a vegan option of a shake. Now, sometimes that's obviously not the most convenient thing. This is great because it's all plant-based products if you go the vegan route. I do want to try that once, but I'm not currently a vegan, so I just stick with the regular, which is totally, you know, it's just as healthy, but just not 100% plant-based. So this is going to help with my digestion. So usually in the morning before I even drink this on the go, I drink a glass of water always while I'm getting ready, and then I'll blend this up and take it on the go. This way your systems are all flowing properly and everything's moving correctly. So then what I do is I used to add in regular natural peanut butter to give it, again, that consistency, again, that thickness, because you don't want just like a soup shake. And some people might, but I personally don't prefer it that way. I used to use peanut butter, like I said, a natural peanut butter, like a big scoop of it. But we found this organic powder peanut butter, which it has a lot less calories in it. For 2 tablespoons, it only has 50 calories, and it's really just crunched up peanuts. So it doesn't have any oil in it. It doesn't have any extra, you know, hydrogenated oils. None of that. It's really just your powdered down form of peanuts, which at the end of the day is all you really want. And in a shake, you don't really need all this other flavoring, all this other, you know, the mangoes, the milk. It's going to give it that thicker consistency. So the peanut butter, the thickness of that isn't really necessary. So what I do with this, and it honestly tastes the exact same. I was super surprised for the amount of lower calories it is. And it keeps it light in the morning. You don't want to be super, super full in the morning. And like what I will do is I will scoop the same amount that I actually had in my Shakeology, because I could have a lot of this, you know, because it's so much. I usually take the same amount, same scoop, and I drop it in there. So now, as you can see, I'm almost at the top. So I'm not going to really add much more else in there. I'm just going to close all this up. The only thing I would add, sometimes I like to add, you know, walnuts in it to give it a little crunch. But I actually, since I usually have nuts at lunchtime, I don't want a double intake of nuts and like your healthy fats in the morning as well. So what I will do is I will add either chia seeds, or I've been on a hemp seed kick recently. It's just another superfood, and you can sprinkle hemp seeds on salads, cereals, yogurt. But for this, it kind of gives it that like granola type texture. Also, you know, I like a little crunch in the morning, but it's a lot healthier and has basically sugar's less than 1 gram, 10 grams of protein for 3 tablespoons, and no carbs. And so it's really just a healthier alternative. So I just go with my hands, and I probably do like, you know, a good little, not full palm size, but a good amount, probably about 2 tablespoons. And I'm making a mess. So anyways, okay, so then that just gets sprinkled on top, and then you can have fun with the rest. I usually either add a dash of cinnamon, even though cinnamon is already in there, just a little bit of extra flavoring. You could add, you know, vanilla extract. You can actually have also, what I've done is I've frozen leftover coffee in the morning into ice cubes, and I can add that in instead of mangoes one day. You can totally have fun with it. But this way, I'm ready to go in the morning. And now all I'll do is I'll cover it up. Actually, now I'm going to add one more ingredient because it does make a difference. I'm going to add in a little bit of 0% Greek yogurt. Now this has no added flavoring. This is just your basic Greek yogurt, which I have learned. I used to like the flavored, the sugar, you know, fruit additives in the yogurt, but I have learned that this is the way to go, because especially when you mix it into other stuff, you don't even taste the difference between plain Greek yogurt and flavored Greek yogurt, because you have so much flavor in all these other ingredients. So if you can, I'll show it again, always try to opt for this type of yogurt in the store. This is a huge one. I usually go to Costco and we get like 2 of these because it's just good as a snack if you want to add it on something as opposed to sour cream. It's just good to have a big jug of really healthy yogurt. There's so much protein in it. It has so much protein, 23 grams of protein for 1 cup. So this is the way to go. So and after you add a little bit of that in and whatever else you want, I will just cover it up. And it's good to go. And now what I'll do is I'll keep it in the fridge overnight, so that in the morning I just plop it down on the NutriBullet, I blend it up, and then I'm ready to go. And then I really feel, usually I take my commute to work is 2 hours currently, so this keeps me up and energized. And when I'm at work, I actually switched from having 2 cups of coffee to 1, because I found that this actually gave me the same type of energy as a regular cup of coffee. So I do find that it helps. I find that Shakeology has improved my skin and my nails, and my hair is getting thicker, and I see a lot of new hair follicles coming through. So I just think it has a ton of benefits, and that is my normal routine in the morning. So if you have any comments or questions, or if you want a special recipe, or if you have a different flavor you want to try, comment below in this video, and I'd love to talk to you more. All right, have a good night. Bye.